So what up, dudes? A couple weeks ago, I noticed the Nine Club has my boy Chris Chan on it. Not because of a skater, because of a YouTuber. I like his YouTube videos a lot. He's super gifted, super talented, with what? A splash of some really rad skateboarding from time to time. And I subscribe to him for the content like the Casey Neistat kind of videos. Like, he's a great YouTuber, interesting guy, and super talented. But this brings me to a topic that I probably, like you, like the rest of you, it's sort of the dirty laundry of skateboarding, right? The YouTube skater. I had to get into this one. I mean, I am a YouTube skater. Chris Chan might be my favorite pro skater. Can I say that? Can I say pro skater for Chris Chan? I don't know. I don't know. I think basically he's a victim of his own success, his own talent. But it's being in the scene at the wrong time. I mean, maybe if Chris Chan popped 15 years sooner, he'd definitely be a pro skater, no doubt about it. If YouTube didn't get there first, but you know what? He's a creator. Skate and create. You know what? He's the first generation of those guys that really did that. So anyway, Nine Club and Chris Chan.
Well, we are back, huh? We're back at the Nine Club, everybody. Today, we have a very special guest. Mr. Chris Chan is with us. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you.
Dude, thank you.
This is awesome.
Oh, thank you, bro.
We've talked about this for a while, and
Yeah.
we finally made it happen.
2-3 years ago, I came in.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was, I think we're doing...
Right there. Right there. See that? The Andy Anderson deck's up there. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, let's
an
do this.
experience episode. And I saw you at Air One, and you're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, come check it out.
That's what it was.
And you
Yeah.
came
Yeah, you
through.
walked in and left. He was like, oh, this is too many cameras. I only use one. How's everything going? You good?
Yeah, man.
And thanks for coming. This is going to be great.
Yeah.
We got a lot of questions. We were talking before the show, kind of like YouTube stuff versus like skater. It's always kind of a, like.
They're going to get right into it. So this topic is a hot topic for me. I have thought about this a lot. And maybe because I have kids, the YouTube skater. Let's hear this.
Like not a debate, but there's a line, right?
So we're getting into it.
I mean,
Well,
yeah. I mean, let's
Yeah.
because I think it's interesting because like I don't really. You do a lot of YouTube stuff, right? But I don't really consider you like a YouTuber. You are. You said you do consider yourself.
Whoa. I don't really consider you like a YouTuber. Like, who the heck? Who wouldn't consider Chris Chan a YouTuber? I think Chris Chan's a YouTuber before a skater. He's a pro YouTuber that skates really good. Let's see what he says here.
Self a YouTuber, right?
Yeah.
Let's
I
go
love it.
back.
Yeah. YouTube. I don't really.
Try to jump right into it.
Well, yeah. I mean, because I think it's interesting because like I don't really. You do a lot of YouTube stuff, right? But I don't really consider you like a YouTuber. You are. You said you do consider yourself a YouTuber, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Wait,
Absolutely.
why don't you consider him a YouTuber?
Yes,
Well,
thank you, Kelly.
I mean, maybe it's just like I don't know. And like I said, I don't try to.
You know what he's awkwardly trying to say? He's trying to say, I consider you a skater, like a pro skater. Show some love to the interviewee, right? That's exactly what's going on here. I think it's one of those cases where you bit your tongue and you're trying to play off that didn't hurt really bad. And I'm glad Kelly jumped in there because Chris needed some help there.
Offend. And it's like the caliber of your skateboarding. Like when I watch a video of yours, like maybe some older videos or whatever, like you're just, bro, like your skateboarding ability is beyond. It's like we're like.
Thank you.
And this is like.
But how do you not consider him a YouTuber? I mean, yeah. I don't know. That bothers me a little bit. All right. More.
Like weird because I was like telling you before the show. I'm like, well, you listen. You got sponsored by Element, right? Who were you sponsored by before?
Honestly, I was kind of like just a board slut, just getting boards from random yeah, I was
Okay.
getting boards from like Toy Machine at one point,
Oh.
Primitive, all Cliche for a while.
I remember the
Oh,
cliche.
sick.
Missed that.
That's
yeah.
right. That's right.
Element. Yeah.
Element, yeah. But it's interesting because you skated for Element, right?
I don't know. It's kind of like a situation with a girl where you're like, you don't know if you're like, you're talking.
You haven't
It's
put
like
a label
kind
on
of like
it.
a friends with benefits situation. I don't
okay.
know. Yeah.
But why?
Heavy flow.
But like, what's like?
Heavy flow, heavy flow. It's coming in from all different angles here. So Chris Chann was getting boards from several different big companies. And this is what's going to lead up to like a really awkward kind of scenario here.
Why? Why haven't you put a? Why hasn't there been a put a label on it or anything?
I mean, I think at that time I was down to like be whatever, like get paid or do anything. I was down at that time, I think.
Okay.
So he's good enough. He's getting flow from these companies, right? Why not? You'd be a dumb company not to give flow to Chris Chann. One, he's a fantastic skateboarder. Two, your product's going to be out there in the eyes of millions weekly from all his incredible YouTube videos. So it's a no-brainer. But the only reason no one wants to do it, in my opinion, is because they might be seen as giving boards to a YouTube skater or who they consider a YouTube skater, right? It's like everybody's trying not to sell out. Am I correct?
But at that time I was doing YouTube also, and I think I was financially supporting myself.
Yeah.
So it was just nice to be able to skate for fun, like completely for fun at that point.
No pressure from sponsors and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so-
at that time I still would have done it though, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So you initially started skating.
Yeah, because as a kid, his dream is to grow up and be a pro skater. And so wouldn't that be your goal? You'd want that. I mean, I think okay, so this is an old guy's opinion, right? Like I'm about to be 52 next month. And who's that other YouTube skater? Garrett Jenner. Like he's a YouTuber, a YouTube skater, a good skater, and he sort of pulled away from YouTube. I didn't see any more videos for a long time, and I think he was on a skate team. Is he a pro skater? I don't know. Maybe down in the comments you can let me know. I really don't research this stuff, although I've sort of followed this YouTube skater topic. But and then he came back and started making videos again, and that just brings me with more to say. Like I'm just overflowing with things to say, but of course these guys want to be known as a pro skater. It's their talent, but they're just too good at YouTube that the companies I think feel like they can't do it. So let's listen to more, and I think I've got an opening here where I can chime in on that at a better point in this video.
Skating, but like you weren't on YouTube yet when you first started skating.
Yeah, I've been skating for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before YouTube, I was just a skater and
Yeah,
student.
Yeah, so let's go back.
Yeah, let's go. That's what I'm saying. Let's go back
to the beginning.
Well,
here.
listen,
Yeah.
I'm on a roll here, dude. I'm trying to get this going.
Chris loves YouTube. I mean, this guy is all about YouTube, and it's funny because he's sort of legitimizing YouTube because he knows how great it is. If you stick that out, like these YouTube skaters have way more pull with making money, with interacting with more people and having I mean, they're more marketable as a YouTuber than they are as a pro skater. It's just, in my opinion, it's hands down. If you had one to choose to be a YouTuber like Chris Chann than a pro skater. It's funny how this comes full circle, and I think that these skaters, and toward the end of this video, you realize that these skaters wish they would have jumped on YouTube sooner.
You know what I'm saying?
So we can hear when you started skating. Like when did you start skating?
Yeah, so I started skating when I was like 5. Yeah, I would watch the Stefan Janowski's trick tip for tray flips, and just a lot of YouTube videos, just kids posting stuff, skating, and a lot of the stuff that were like from video parts that people posted on YouTube. I watched that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I went off to college, and I guess that's when I like stopped pursuing skating, I guess, because I was starting to.
Jaron Wilson. I've never heard of him. Chris Roberts, before the show, as a skateboarder, I never heard of him. Kelly, I never heard of him. Who's the other guy? Robert? I can't remember the cameraman guy, the other guy. I never heard of him either. So, and I know they had important careers in skateboarding, but I just never heard of any of them. Chris Chann, I know a lot about Chris Chann from YouTube, and that's the value that YouTube has. I mean, so sometimes these kids grow up, or you kids maybe watching this channel that skate really well. Don't put all your eggs in that basket. Think like Chris Chann here thought. Think like that YouTube skater thought, like Revive. That guy's name's going to come back to me. And how much money Andy Schrock, and how much money Andy Schrock is making now, and how well he's doing for his family by being a YouTube skater and thinking outside the box and doing what really wasn't cool at the time, especially if you wanted to be taken serious as a skater. Now, okay, let's check out a little more video.
Just take school seriously.
Let me say this. I do have something to add to this whole topic that I think is going to be the whole thing. In a nutshell, I'm going to sum it up.
Where'd you go to school
Cal State Northridge.
at? Oh, sick.
Yeah. Not that I was not skating hard. I just stopped like pursuing it as like a profession, I guess.
So you were like, you made Sponsor Me tapes, and were you trying to get sponsored?
I don't think I ever made a Sponsor Me tape at that age, but I was like practicing.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I wanted to be like a pro skater, I guess, as a kid, you know?
Sure.
Halfway through college, that's when I started YouTube.
Okay.
And I was always like a fan of YouTube. Like I watched YouTubers.
Right.
And I wanted to do channels with my friends always. I was like trying to like start like skit channels and just do like dumb stuff outside of skating. And my friends would give up. And I was like, okay, I'm tired of this. So I saved up. I spent like my life savings on a camera and a tripod.
Okay.
And I started doing skate videos.
Setting up the tripod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would take like trick suggestions, and then I'll try to learn the trick.
And then at that time, were you like talking to the camera, or?
That's a
You
great
pretty
question.
much-
So I remember specifically when I decided to like do a partially personality video, and I was like, I don't know how people are gonna take this.
Right.
I think it was like I mixed the skating with like a vlog or day in a life maybe or something, or an unboxing.
Okay.
And I remember it was taken well. I was like, oh shit, that's crazy.
Because that first one.
Yeah, it was scary.
How is this gonna?
Testing
Yeah.
the waters.
Right. Right.
It was
That's so funny as a YouTuber. And like occasionally I've had people say, why you talk so much, man? Just shut up and skate. Like I've had that comment before, and it's like, really? You really coming on my channel to watch me skate? Because I think it's more about, you know, the things that going through my head, or the personality, right? Like, because you're not a great skater. I'm talking about myself now. I'm not a great skater, so without me adding the dialogue to it, like how interesting is it? I mean, but I think as a YouTuber, you go back and forth in your mind on like, God, that I'll tell you, how about this? The videos that I'm embarrassed to upload because I feel like they're crap always do the best. So I've learned to realize that whenever I don't like a video and I don't feel good about uploading it, and 9.5 times out of 10, it seems like you guys like it better when I don't think I'm going to like it. And then some of the ones I like, they aren't received as well. And that's just freaking unusual to me.
Was there someone before that you watched do one? You were like, oh, I want to do something like that.
Yeah, I had watched like YouTubers.
Yeah.
Yeah, tons of YouTubers.
Like who was some of your?
Well, Casey Neistat was like the guy.
I think he was even a bit after, but yeah, I mean, I liked a lot of his videos too. Yeah.
Right.
Was there any like skaters on YouTube doing that type of style stuff yet at that point?
I think it was just Andy Schrock, Brel,
Mhm.
Nigel, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
They're
Nigel,
like
for
Josh
sure.
Katz, the founding fathers of YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like the OGs, huh? They're
I mean, we're talking. I mean, you started your channel like 12 years ago.
No. Like, well, I started the channel in like 2009.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, my first video was shaking, at the time, President Barack Obama's hand. But I didn't start making skate videos till like 2013 or 14.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you made your first video by the way, when you got out of college, were you trying to figure out what you were going to do?
Yes.
Because that's a kind of a defined.
So we have Brel with Aaron Cairo. We got Andy Schrock with Revive Skateboards. Nigel and what's that? NK something vids or something like that. And then who else did he mention there? Josh Katz. I'm not really too familiar about him. I know I've seen some videos, but I don't know that I'm subscribed now or something like that. But um, I'll tell you, as far as YouTube skater, I'm going to sum you up on YouTube skater for my opinion and what caused the whole problem. And you know what? You can't knock the YouTube skater. So I'm just going to say it. In my opinion, and from what I've seen of watching a lot of YouTube skater content, Braille, Andy Schrock, the Revive crowd, skate anything, where you send in your keyboard and they put trucks on it and try to kickflip it, and they do it to a surfboard or a trash can lid or whatever. And I remember one day being straight pissed at my screen, and it might have been John Hill. I don't remember what skater it was, but the day they put a fidget spinner as wheels on a skateboard, it kind of made me angry. But I have little kids and they wanted to see it. And so I get it. I fully get it. But I think it was that making YouTube skate content for little kids or something that children are going to appreciate. I think that's what started the stigma of the YouTube skater. And I never saw Chris Chann as a YouTube skater. In my opinion, Revive Skateboards was out there putting popular skaters, not necessarily pro, but making them pro according to, man, anybody with the money to start a brand name could hire a skater and make them pro for that matter. And I guess maybe there's some unwritten rules to who can become a pro or not. I see Revive boards everywhere at the skate park all the time. Those guys are doing great for themselves, and I don't think there's anything wrong at all making a pro for your company, because you know what? Take it from the big guy. You know what? Do it yourself. Chris Chann goes later into this video about not feeling like giving respect to skateboarding in the way that he can't make a Chris Chann skateboard and sell it. He said maybe he'd sell something as merch, but may not have his name on it or something like that. And I'll say, as far as I'm concerned, if I'm talking to Chris, do it. I'll buy your board. I'll hang it up on my wall, man, because I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan. I think you should do it. And I don't think, and I think honestly, like Chris Roberts, it's an awkward topic. You know, Clearly Chris Roberts loves YouTube and he wants to talk to Chris Chann about YouTube. And I'm glad he did, because that's the kind of content I, as a skater, want to hear. I want to hear about his YouTube story. So I like the questions that Chris Roberts and Kelly's asking. I feel like Kelly wants to keep it more about skateboarding and Chris wants to talk more about YouTube. And I'm glad they're having the duel together, because I'm appreciating both. But these big companies possibly don't want to give Chris Chann a pro board with their label on it, because they don't want to validate those other YouTube skaters like Aaron Cairo and Andy Schrock. And you know what? And it came down, in my opinion, it came down to that awful content for an adult, man. Okay, keep in mind, I'm not knocking you guys, but for me, it aggravated me. So if I felt that aggravation, these pro skateboarders probably felt like you were mocking skateboarding in some way. And I don't blame them. I felt that way. But my kids loved it, and I get it, and I understand it. You guys can laugh all the way to the bank. That's fine. Dude, it's a major topic. What do you think? Let me know down below. Should Chris Chann be pro? I mean, for him to win the Battle of the Barracks against Chris Cole, dude, that was amazing. Amazing.
I'd like to think of it as like I did, because there were two separate passions, and I hate to think of them as like a combined passion, like YouTube skating,
Yeah.
Okay.
which it was. I
Yeah.
can't deny that. But they were two different passions, because I did love YouTube and I did love skating. And I just happened to be a YouTuber that
And what's wrong with any of that? What's wrong with any of that? Except for the core brands and the pro riders made these guys feel bad about it. That's what it is, right? That's what it is. And it's because they bolted trucks on the bottom of a keyboard and did some kickflips out there. That stuff was a train wreck.
happened to skate. And be,
Sure.
and be okay at it.
Right.
But again, like nobody was doing that, and you saw a lane to do it. I mean, you said it, so it's like
Yeah.
you wanted to seize the moment, which is
True,
rad. You know what I'm saying? Like, again,
Well, skateboarders were back then, especially. They weren't. You never put your face in front of the camera. You never talked. You only skated. You know what I mean? Like, no one was doing like a vlog or
No.
anything back then.
not consistently.
Not at all. I got shit for having a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
like in 2010.
Wow.
And I wasn't even
Wow.
videoing myself
Right.
from like, you know what I mean, for like my peers. And
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right.
Why would they talk shit?
Well, because they're just like, hey,
I'll tell you why. It's about money. These core brands don't want you and your personality to be seen as Chris Chann, because then you have the power, like Andy Schrock and Revive Skateboards. I heard somewhere that his board brand was selling more skateboards than these big brand companies. Is that true? Can anybody confirm that? But no, duh. Exactly, dude. Like, we want to watch the skaters, and like, better than watching just a street clip is to know what they do in a day in their life, kind of thing. Like, hey, what are your thoughts about this? What are your thoughts about that? Like, it's so much more value in that. And as a monetary topic, dude, way more money could be made there by knowing the person and wanting to support that writer even more. Like, even doing these videos, like my video reaction to the Andy Anderson clip at my park. Like, I feel I ordered 3 of Andy's boards, dude. I got one to hang on my wall too. I mean, just doing a video talking about him. So I don't know. Like, for Kelly to say he got kind of ragged on for even having a YouTube channel, like, no wonder. We don't want these guys to know that they're the valuable part. That it's not our brand. It's not our paint on the board. It's them. Chris Chann, make your own board, dude. I'll buy 3. Come on.
hey,
It was frowned upon.
I get it. It's self promotion. It's like kooky.
Even when Instagram
Yeah,
came out.
but we're all
it was-
doing it now. Like,
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, they're all doing it now. Self-promoting. Promote yourself, man. You take the bull by the horns. Go do it. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave this here. This is a 3-hour video. But I just wanted to hit some of these points and sort of vent, like the fidget spinner skateboard. Like Braille. I got a video about Braille. Anyway, I'm curious to continue this conversation down below. I want to hear what you guys think about the YouTube skater. And Andy Schrock's a YouTube skater, and I don't connect with them like I would a Chris Chann or a Danny Duncan. That's the name I was trying to remember before, or any of these other guys, just because of the content was geared more toward kids, and it's hard for me to wipe my brain free of that and take them serious. Even though like Braille House has this huge skate park and they've done so well for themselves. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. And when you account for the inflation we're experiencing, it's worth about $1.50 now. So right on. Take care. Peace out. Later. Yeah. So there you have it. You know what? I'm a YouTube skater. I don't care what you call me.